My vision with Mstyle is, like I said, Mstyle is about style. It's about a complete stylization of a person, male, female, it doesn't matter. Everybody today has to have a certain style to them. Whether you're a doctor or a lawyer or you work in advertising or you're even a model, for example, you need a style and a personality to carry that style. So for me, Mstyle, under this umbrella with TONI&GUY Essentials and all the brands, has come at the right time, because Mstyle will be developing into, when we go into other salons and other areas, we would like people from multinationals, for example, to come to us, and I think they have already, if I'm not mistaken, we have a few that do come to us and say, look, this is our brand, these are the people that work for our brand, we need to give them some image. Can you change or bring a slight change? We don't want to make them look like catwalk models, but we need to give them a look so that they can take that brand outside. So Mstyle really becomes very important in that creating that look. And I would like to be able to assist a lot of multinationals, a lot of retailers. For example, all the retailers you see at Dolman and Forum, the international brands and the local brands, to be able to carry a certain style in whatever they do. Whether it's restauranting, there's butlers, there's espresso, there's all of these people. They need a certain look, and it starts from here and goes all the way down. So I think that's where Mstyle comes in, to eventually have create an image. It's hugely evolved, from
Why do you think?
Because people, for one, because now technology is so vast. 15, 20 years ago, there was no computer, or very few. There were no mobile communications. There was no, you didn't know what was going on. You didn't, television, the channels, the digital boxes, they've put us in touch with everything that's happening in every corner of the world. And beauty and hair has become important across the globe. If you look at India, for example, the way they project their country is through beauty and style. Okay? And that's not because India is like that all over. There are certain parts that are just, you cannot even compare with. I think where we get somewhat, where things don't work in our favor, is we project a very wrong, or a very, not the word wrong is a bit strong, a very different approach to the rest of the world. And it's time to change that. And it's not just time to change that in the beauty and hair world, but it's time to change that in every avenue. And we can achieve that by beginning with grooming and good grooming. So I think it's really come a long way. Like I said, everybody knows, if I tell you something, Sana, you're not going to trust me. You're going to go home and you're going to surf all of this, and you're going to find out, is she telling the truth or is she just telling me what it is? Okay, so I can't lie to you about anything anymore. Nobody can take you for a ride. Because if you have a computer or you have a mobile phone with internet services and whatever, you can find everything out. It's not hard. So I think it's really come a long way from that point of view. And what's changed in the last 5 years in Pakistan is I find more and more men into grooming. And I'm not saying they're not men as in men. They're very metrosexual men. They're very, and I'm talking about people who are heads of multinationals, who work at multinationals, who all across the board, students. They're more and more conscious because they're out and about in the sun. They worry about their skin a little bit. A lot of them have skin problems. And I found over a period of time that these young men go to dermatologists And then they come back to me and I say, okay, well, what's the problem? And they're like, well, we were given this, this, and this. And I said, you know what? You don't have a skin disease. You just have a problem. It's very simple. It can be fixed. You just need to use sun protection because you're out and about all day long. Yeah, we have a customer base, and everyone's in that database, and we have records of their color, when they last came in for their haircut, whether they've had a skin treatment, what they've had done. And these things are really important because if I'm not there, or the one of the staff who's attending to that particular client is not there that day, and she needs to go with another member of staff, the record will show that Sana Malik, because there can be many Sanas, so we have to be thorough. We have to write down the entire name. So Sana Malik, okay, she came in such and such a date, she had such and such a treatment. This was the color that was used, this is how the color was mixed, and this is how long the time it was kept on. It's very important because if you're a new client and you're having color, we just don't put color on you, we ask you. We have a book that we make you sign to say you're not sensitive to color, you're not allergic to color. And if you don't know, we give you a patch test. So you have to go home for 24 hours, and if you react to it, then we need to find out why. The artistic team travel, now that's really important because the international artistic team at TONI&GUY, and there, I think if I'm not mistaken, a good 13 or 17 of them, and there's anywhere between 13 and 17. That team is highly trained, has been with the brand for a number of years, has gone through every single training you can think of, and they travel the world. So when they come here, they work with myself and my team to create looks and style to suit the market. Because what's going on in Europe doesn't always work for Pakistan. Because we dress differently, we look differently, our skin is different, our hair is different. So because of their expertise and knowledge and my expertise locally, we collaborate and we think way ahead, even before they come. We're exchanging emails, we're talking to them, we're like, okay, this is the kind of look we need to do, this is what we should be doing, we should do it from our new collection. So we adapt the new collection looks to suit our market. And that's how we work. And the international artistic team, I think I know most of them, maybe one or two I don't know personally because I go to UK and I work with them, they train me. And the training is not easy because when they train me, they're not my friends, even though I know them very well. They tell me that we're going to be so hard on you, so hard on you. You have to be better than us because you're representing our brand out there. I have been asked a couple of times to participate. One of the reasons I haven't participated as yet is because the shows that take place late at night. I don't mind participating, but if you do it as a one-off, it's okay. But if you're going to be recurrently doing it, you need to be able to be taken away from the salon to participate. That means your time is taken away every season for 3 or 4 days, and you cannot be productive in your salon. And that's why I've not been a part of it. If they were to do it in the day, when it's working hours and working business, I would do it. Plus, they need to there's always some remuneration that's done for fashion weeks everywhere in the world. It's never for nothing, okay? And I think Pakistan is a developing market in fashion, as in the fashion industry, and they've done a lot and they've come a long way. But it's not correct to always want things to be done free. So that is one of the reasons. I'm not saying I want a lot of money to do it, that's not my objective, but to be able to get your staff and yourself out of the salon to be a part of it, because you're spending your own money on your products, your team, whatever you take. So, you know, you need to be reimbursed, and I think that's where the fashion weeks have not thought about it. That people do it professionally, do it 100% professionally. Don't make somebody your friend and say, "Acha bhai, aa jao kar do." Do it professionally. Have a panel, see the people, pick who you think does the best work, or pick people on a daily basis to participate, and give them something towards their expenses. You know, for their products, for what their whatever. And yes, then of course they get the mileage, but give them something. Don't expect all the time for it to be done for nothing. So that's why I've not participated. I've been asked many times, but I haven't gone. But what I have done is I've done my own shows.
Acha.
Yeah. And how I've done it is, when we launched Essentials, we had a showcase of hair. And we showed that, and we worked with a couple of designers to use their outfits. So that was a big showcase. Then when we did this opening of the salon, again, we launched, Synergy was very much involved in it. And we had all of our models, and we showcased the hair, and we opened the salon. Then when we had the education program, again, we had a whole bunch of celebrities like actors and VJs and models who modeled our hair on the catwalk. And the one we did very recently was in November, when we teamed up with Ahmed Baum, who's a male couture designer, and Tazeen Hassan, who's a female designer. And we wanted to create a bridal look for the modern day bride and groom. So we used both of them as the designers, and we did the hair. And it was fantastic. Again, you guys were involved as well as that. So, you know, and we have images I think that Asma can share with you on all of this. So we've done our own shows because, you know, it's expensive to do it. So if I'm doing it for somebody else, then my expenses have to be covered. When I'm doing it for myself, I don't mind spending. But that's me doing it on my own. So as long as the expenses get taken care of, I'm very happy to work with fashion weeks and fashion councils. Not a problem at all. That has to be controlled at their level, because they're the experts on the scientific part of what happens with hair. Yes, we're always updated. And the new range that has come out from Label M called Therapy has the most potent ingredients in there. They've got things like white caviar, and now the new technology for skin and hair is gold. And they're using gold properties in hair and skin to get the best result. But that needs to be conducted in laboratories with scientific, you know, with professors there who understand the dynamics of these products to work for the best. So I think we can't localize it at all. Maybe there are a couple of multinationals here who bring in their own hair care brands and all of that, and they do well, but then they're catering for the mass market. They're not catering for high end. I mean, look, you have brunette hair even outside, and internationally now the world has become a place where I think, as far as the UK is concerned, 90% of the UK, it's like they say, you know, there's a stamp on the Royal Mail that says OHMS. It's supposed to be on Her Majesty's service, but it's now been brought to only Hindus, Muslims and Sikhs. So by that you can tell what a multicultural race England is, and Europe has become, and even the US. So I think they're now not catering just for European hair or African hair. They're catering for hair across the globe. So they do, that vision is there. They keep it in mind that, you know, they need to understand that these products need to work all over the world. When you have salons all over the world and you're sending these products, yes, some products work better, but by and large they do a very good job with whatever they put into whatever ingredients they use to make it work to the best. Using social media more and more. Digital media we have started using. We put together an advertisement for television for both our Essentials and our TONI&GUY salon brand, and it was it's been shown on Geo television. Obviously, you know, it's very expensive to advertise digitally, right? And again, we are not a huge multinational. I'm just an entrepreneur trying to do service and work. But we tried, well, we not tried, we did. Last year we did put together a 30-second, a 20-second and a 10-second TVC, which we put on Geo News. And we had slots, because there was only a certain amount of budget that we could do. So our budget, there's still a budget available, and that TVC was done here. We obviously created the looks for all these models. We created the look from head to toe, and we used them in this. And our advertising was done really in good prime time, because it came in between the 9 and 10 o'clock news. We had 2 time slots. But again, digital is recurring. Now you have to keep reminding the audience again and again, every sort of half an hour. We don't have the finances to do that, but we've done it, and it's been noticed in whatever. So yes, we've done digital, but I think social media is our bigger focus, because it's less expensive, and our target crowd is also that. They're constantly sitting, you know, so they're interacting with us. For social media, we have a business development person who works with a consultant who does our social media. Now that consultant comes into us every so often, and she vets whatever they put on the site. Okay, there are technical questions that they cannot answer that they refer back to us. Then we send them the answer and they send it out. So this is how it's done with social media.
Do you also have a website?
We have a website.
Alright. I came across a page, but that was linked to your international.
No, there's another one. Ours is www.TONI&GUY.PK.
It's .pk.
If you go on .pk, that's our own website, and it has all the information that you would possibly want about ourselves, our salons, prices, services, all about us. When you say beyond Karachi, look, I told you that we have the master franchise for the southern part of Pakistan. Okay, so I don't know. I told you about that Hyderabad thing. Now I don't know. Dolmen has to open. Then we need to look. The way it will also work is, I think I can only be at certain places at certain times. So I'm really stretching myself with the 3 salons. What will happen after Dolmen is we'll start a sub-franchise because of the master franchise, just the way it's done in the UK. So whoever wants to franchise will have to go through me. I will have to approve. I will have to see that they're up to a certain level. They'll have to change the whole look of their existing salon and make it look and feel like a TONI&GUY salon. The education will have to, they have to go through the education with us. So yes, there is a plan. Yes, I'd like to take it everywhere, but I can't do it myself. So it will be sub-franchising eventually.